Hey everybody, welcome back. This is the medium difficulty. This is a new, I guess, like express version of the podcast we're going to be running. It's going to be a little bit shorter, like 20 to 30 minutes. Um, Not exactly sure on the format of this. We're going to go with, I guess, like if a new game comes out during a week and we're not expecting to do a podcast, but it's something we really want to talk about, we'll probably throw it in here, kind of like preview games. The name of the podcast is called Maximum Damage. So it's Maximum Damage on Medium Difficulty. I'd like to thank Kevin for that awesome name, even though he didn't mean to pitch it. And I'm joined again here with Sean and Andrew. Thank you for being
So
here again.
So
Also want to thank Sean. This was, I mean, a little bit of like your brainchild too. I mean, I know you definitely said you wanted to talk about this game.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And we're talking about Apex Legends this week. It is a battle royale game from Respawn, developers of Titanfall. It is a little bit different, and I'm going to ask you guys right off the bat. I guess I'll go to Sean first. What do you think about it being a three-player team and how it's like hero classes and it's mixed with Overwatch?
So yeah, like Overwatch has been one of my favorite games for the past 2.5, 3 years, however long it's been out. I love the hero choices, the abilities. To put that into a battle royale game, I never thought, would work. This game blows me away. It took me by a complete surprise.
Now on the other side, Andrew, I know you're much more of a fan of like Fortnite and Call of Duty, Blackout mode. Um, what are your thoughts on it? Because I know you're not as favorable to it.
listen, by no stretch of the imagination do I think it's a terrible game. Me and Sean talked about this earlier. I don't think it's terrible. I know I'm in the minority with not liking it. I just can't get into it. I just don't like. Um, I just don't like. I don't. I just honestly that I couldn't get into it. I don't really have a reason. I really just I just
He's
couldn't.
just he's just a hater. That's all he is. He's just a hater.
I literally I just like Fortnite. Like I guess my main thing with Apex is that there's no solo, and I like to play solo a lot. So I guess that's one of the main reasons I don't like it. But like with Fortnite and Blackout, like I don't know, that's just games that I guess came more natural to me. This one doesn't. Uh, but I mean, Respawn. I like Respawn. They're very, very, very good team. Titanfall 2 was incredible. So if the new Titanfalls are going to be anything like this, I'll be curious to see where it goes. But like I said, it's not that I hate the game. It's just it's not for me.
No, and I'm kind of like I guess in between the both of you a little bit because I'm not a big battle royale player. I guess I'm just old. I just like the old school, like like getting into the game. Like I'm learning all the features of it, and I think like I played with Sean earlier today, and like he was kind of showing me the ropes, how everything works, and get used to the menus. And I do like it, but with me, it's I mean unless I'm playing with friends. Because I'm still learning the systems, it's like I learn something new. I'm like, oh, okay, this attachment attaches to this gun. You know, this weapon's better than this one, and then it's just I mean like battle royales I get killed. I suck at it, so it's it's there's a harder difficulty curve I guess for me being used to playing all the other online games.
So I felt the exact same way. Like I hated Fortnite to
Hmm.
the fact that, when you died, you were dead. If you died, it tilted. When your friend landed at tilted, you were done. You had to watch him from the menus. In this game, I mean, if you went down, Jim, I could pick up your beacon and revive you and bring you right back in the game, which is
Yes.
that kind of like set me over for this game.
Hmm.
Because I hate the fact that in any battle royale game, once you die, you're gone.
Yeah.
And that's why I like the squad play. It allows you to communicate. Like if me and Jim are playing with another random, like we could still communicate with him with the ping system and all that. Any one of us goes down, we can still communicate with him, have him bring us back. Um, the squad play is just it's
it
Definitely. Okay, go ahead, go ahead.
oh no, I was just saying it definitely depends on your team too.
No,
But
yeah, 100%.
yeah, the first game I went into, I had a good team. Well, one other good guy. The other guy went off on his own and died,
Yeah,
and like we never revived him. But yeah, it's kind of like I was thinking like the other game I love to play is Rocket League, and I don't really play online with like, anybody, but I'll just go in and play with randoms, and it really depends on who I play with. It depends on how much I enjoy the match. Uh, so I definitely see some similarities there.
yeah.
But the good thing about Battle Royale is this is a free to play game too. It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
unlike Blackout, it is you don't have to pay anything. There are microtransactions for cosmetics and also to get extra characters, but you can also earn them in the game too. So it's very kind of unlike EA, but I'm a little skeptic on like I'm not too familiar with the microtransactions, but have you guys had any experience with them? Like, how's the pricing with them?
They're about similar to Fortnite.
Okay,
So like for 1,000 Apex credits or whatever the heck they're called, it's $10, same as Fortnite. 100, it's $100 or like 150,000 is like $100. You get 50,000 extra. It's like almost this. It's almost the same exact identical thing with it, which is cool. I mean, I like that. That's one of the things I like about the game is that you don't have to buy everything. You can unlock it. So if you don't want to spend money, you don't have to. Now, by doing that, you're going to have people not spend as much money on Fortnite as they do on Fortnite, but you're going to have probably more people continuously play it because they're going to be able to get there's something for them to strive for. It's
yeah,
not necessarily like, oh, I have to buy this battle pass to get all these exclusive skins. Like I can get whatever is in the game now as of right now, anything that's in the game by playing. So
Well, they did come out and say they were going to do seasons with this game, and
yeah,
they have already. I think they announced today that they're going to be releasing more maps too.
yeah,
okay,
No, but to the Apex credits point, I mean, you also if you buy the credits, like you don't have to go out and buy like one skin. You can do the Apex loot boxes, and you get 3 items in each one. Obviously, they vary in rarity. Um, I
which is
dabbled
similar to
with it,
Call of Duty.
and Overwatch too. I feel
Mm-hmm.
like there's a lot of the same aspects going there, and I feel like they're pretty popular. But yeah, no, I dabbled with it a little bit, and I feel like it's pretty fair. I got like maybe 2 legendaries so far, like probably 5 epics. The rest are like like garbage crap things, but
yeah.
I can't complain.
Yeah, myself, I'm definitely going to go back to it. I'm going to keep checking in on it because it's been fun and it's free. I do kind of still wish there were Titans in it. I do miss that. Like it has made me want to play Titanfall
Could you imagine though?
online. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, if they could do, I'm curious to see where they're going. And it's very interesting to me right now because like we just recently got like EA stocks info back, and they did not have a good quarter. And they just bought Respawn, and this is kind of the first we've seen out of Respawn. We know they're working on a new Star Wars game, which everybody's hoping that will be good. And
Not kidding.
Now speaking of poor performances in quarters, me and Sean were talking about this today. So Activision on Monday is laying off, I think, 3,800 people,
really, I didn't hear that.
um, and it just brings up an interesting point with Apex Predators or Apex Legends. I keep saying Apex Predators.
Sorry.
uh, a lot of companies are going toward this free game, free to play, keep you on this one game, have you spend money in this one game.
Mhm.
It's not that the industry is dying. It's they're not selling enough games, so they got to lay off people because they're not hitting their numbers because people aren't buying as many games. People are sticking with one game, like Fortnite, now Apex, Call of Duty Blackout, like whatever. They're buying one game and they're not buying anything else. So I'll be curious to see what other like major studios start going this way.
Yeah.
It'll it'll be interesting. I wouldn't be shocked if you saw a Gears of War 1 come out. And I also probably as part of a Gears of War 4.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be shocked if you see a Halo 1 in the future.
Definitely. Well, actually, you're kind of hit on my next point because this is Respawn, and like I said, they're working on a new Star Wars. Do you think they're going to do a battle royale Star Wars mode in their new game? Do you think they'll?
Uh,
Because
I'd say probably not.
there was the rumor before that when because Battlefront 2 was doing so terribly that they were going to throw in battle royale mode because of PUBG success and what was Fortnite's, and that was like a big rumor going around for a
Uh,
while there.
I don't think, and the only reason I say that, if it was any other franchise, it would probably be a yes.
Mhm.
But since it's Star Wars, people would like completely lose their mind, like in anger, because they'd be like, "Oh, you're trying to make Star Wars like everything else. And Star Wars is different."
Yeah.
So like, I don't think they would do that just for all the backlash that people would give to it, and whether good or bad, I just don't think that would happen.
Yeah, EA don't think like that though. They say their properties, and obviously Star Wars is definitely
Well,
one of the biggest properties they own. They're probably going to. I mean, I don't know. I like the move that they just made with Titanfall, and I touched on it in the last podcast how I thought it was a bad move, but it definitely panned out. But I mean, I could still see them possibly throwing a battle royale Star Wars game out there. And to your like what you said, I don't think it'll be received well at all, but I could see them definitely releasing it.
well, EA just said that their loss of profits or whatever is blamed on single player games and
Yeah,
not having
dude.
a battle royale. Like what?
Look at every PlayStation exclusive game that's come out. Like,
I
you got
mean,
Horizon Zero Dawn, like we talked about, God of War, Uncharted, all single player games, all sold
the problem
phenomenally.
is their major title. What was it? Mass Effect 4.
Yeah, Andromeda.
The voices weren't even
Nah, it was,
up to
dude, it was so bad. And
it.
I was a huge Mass Effect fan, and that was really
I mean, we're
disappointing.
getting off topic, but
Yeah, yeah,
That's
I
all
know,
right.
I know.
at the same time, like EA can't say, "Oh, we didn't do this because single player games." Like you made shit single player games. Like
Yes.
don't blame it on single player games. People still play single player games. People bought the crap out of God of War. People bought the crap out of Horizon. People bought the crap out of all that stuff. So like,
I will say the one thing like when I thought of like if they do a Star Wars battle royale, it pretty much sells itself because the amount of skins they could come out with that don't affect the game, but like they come out with a Boba Fett one, like dude, that's selling out. Like
No,
yeah.
yeah.
Well, like Fortnite did Marshmallow,
oh yeah, I saw
and
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was recent, right? Yeah.
like if companies start doing stuff where they're including entertainers, streamers, like can you imagine if Apex said to Fortnite like we're making a ninja skin? Screw you.
Ooh.
Fortnite never did it.
Yeah.
Fortnite Marshmallow was the first person to get a skin after him, and it probably should have been Ninja. Ninja technically got a battle axe. He got the plunger, but if Apex wants to win over some streamers, hey,
Mm-hmm. Now Apex has hit 10 million users in just 3 days
I
since
saw
its
that.
launch.
It's
Which is
Crazy.
ridiculous.
which is
Crazy growth.
Yeah, I remember when PUBG hit like a million and people were like, holy crap, and this did 10 million in 3 days.
I remember when Fortnite dropped, people didn't even know what it was.
Yeah. I was one
And
of those
now,
people. Yeah.
and now like Apex people, like they did a good job promoting it. They had like Dr. Disrespect out there. They had, I think Summit was out there. I could be wrong.
Shroud was out
Rock
there.
was out there. Like
Jack
they had
Frags. Yeah.
the entire groups or the entire streamer group that they had go test it and stuff. It's perfect. Like you had all the streamers that are big into the battle royales be like, all right, like this game's actually good. Everyone else started playing it. All the streamers that didn't go out there each had their own link to download it, so you could use their link, so you felt like you were supporting the streamer. And people get gratification from that. People get gratification from thinking they're supporting somebody. So
Yeah,
no, I guess they got paid for download links as well. Probably. I mean, I don't know if that's true, but
but I really trust what Respawn's doing right now. It seems like they're not completely money grabbing like EA and what they've done with all the other games, it seems like EA is kind of giving them a little bit of a leash to kind of go do what they want and like prove it. Because even though Titanfall 2 didn't sell that well, that was a solid game, and it's really
Totally, yeah,
well
underrated.
regarded in this
Well,
community.
like I said, Respawn Entertainment, I can never say enough good things about
Okay.
Titanfall 2. Vastly underrated. EA just poorly marketed that game
Okay.
on the heels of the release of, what was that, Battlefield 1?
Battlefield 1
Mhm.
and Call of Duty, what was it? Infinite Warfare? Was
Yeah,
it
so
that one? Yeah.
you put it up against two heavy hitters at the time.
Two of the top FPS
Yeah,
franchises of all time, yeah.
so like if you're buying a game, you're either buying Call of Duty or Battlefield at the time. You're not picking up Titanfall.
Which they kind of did this time again too, because next month, isn't it, Battlefield 5's Battle
Battle
Royale
Royale
mode?
comes out, and it's EA versus
Yeah,
EA.
again. But it's actually funny. I was reading an article, or I heard it on one of the other podcasts. There's a rumor going around that first, the Titanfall 2, when that launched, that was actually Respawn's call. EA was actually telling them not to release during that time, and they kept pushing for it. It was actually, kind of defending EA. Now, nobody's come out on either side and said what happened, but they were saying they thought Titanfall 2 could compete with it. Well, Respawn did, but
Now, I don't like Battlefield at all.
mhm.
I think Battlefield as a battle royale has potential to be insane. Like that type of slow paced workaround.
Mhm.
I think that's going to suit the battle royale really well, unless EA like does what they always do and messes up. Like they have the perfect opportunity, they just gotta put it.
Yeah.
I think it'll be good. Problem is you have to pay $60 for it.
Wait, you have to pay extra for it?
No, I'm saying you have to buy the game. And
Yeah,
you
yeah,
think about it, when they announced the game, they said there was going to be a battle royale with it.
yeah.
Obviously that didn't happen. They pushed it back. So obviously that might have turned a lot of people off, and they're also, this might be also a reason why they were unable to sell the, I think, what, 7 million units they wanted to sell, or 6 million units, something like that.
I'll bet you they put it on sale the week of the battle royale.
They no, and they honestly they could, but the problem is you got to pay for it when Apex just released for free.
And it's free. Yeah. Yeah.
And the
It's
other,
not gonna. Go ahead, sorry.
no, go ahead,
I
continue.
was gonna say it's the Battlefield Royale is not gonna get the exposure it probably should have. I know I'm gonna play because I'm a huge Battlefield fan, obviously, but yeah, I don't know if it'll work out.
Now, Andrew, do you think, because like he was just talking about being free, do you think Blackout's going to go free soon? I don't play it
No.
as much as you. Think it's going to stay?
Yeah,
What,
yeah.
what do you think?
Because Blackout has so many people in it right now, and
Mhm.
people love it. Like there's still like people are now obviously all on Apex, but the people like after give it like a week or two, people will start going back Call of Duty,
Yeah.
Fortnite, whatever they've been playing. But the Call of Duty Blackout is like probably the most perfect battle royale right now, I want to say. And I only say that because of how like it's more realistic in terms of like guns and stuff like that. It's just more there. Like people, it's more polished, I guess is what I'm saying. It's more polished.
Yeah.
Apex isn't polished yet. Apex just came out.
Well,
Apex is probably going to surpass it, but as of right now, it's the most polished. Fortnite's not. Fortnite
It's
went
still,
downhill.
it's still pretty good though.
yeah.
No,
Apex,
no, no. I'm not
for the
saying.
state it
I'm
released
not
in.
saying
Yeah.
Apex isn't great. I'm just saying it's not as polished as Black Ops at the moment
Okay.
because
Yeah.
it just came out. Like,
Yeah.
you got to give it. Like, you got to get them to get their wheels running. Like today, their entire servers went down on all consoles. Like, you can't have that happen. Like, that's not happened with Call of Duty yet. So,
That's true.
like, you got to get all your stuff together. Have people like keep playing it. Like, yeah, people have played it for a week. Like, people have been playing Blackout since the beta. Like, have been keep continuously playing it. So, you got to give it a week. You got to give it some time. But I think it will pass it. I think Apex is going to be your most played battle royale probably going forward.
You think it's going to overtake Fortnite soon?
Yeah. Yeah, especially since if Ninja's calling it the Fortnite killer, uh, it's definitely has the shot because like if you have Ninja, who's your biggest Fortnite, I don't want to say supporter, but biggest Fortnite guy,
I mean, that's what got him
then
famous. Yeah,
yeah, like he dude played in Times Square on New Year's Eve,
yeah.
Fortnite all night. Like if he's jumping ship to some Apex, then you're kind of you got to do something. Which brings up a point if you don't mind me adding.
No, go ahead.
Brings
He's on a roll.
brings up a point. Do you think Fortnite will add revives
I
now
mean,
that Apex has it?
I mean, you talked about this earlier, and I told you that this is definitely going to happen. I can see it coming from a mile away. 100%, they're going to add the ability to revive.
What do you think, Jim?
I definitely do. You guys were like going to like another point I was thinking of too was yeah, I think Fortnite needs to change a little bit because I mean this hit 10 million users in 3 days. That's people looking for something different other
Mm-hmm.
than Fortnite. That's people ready to try the next new game. Yeah, I think the Fortnite's going to make some changes, which I mean they've made all the right decisions so far. So I think they're going to be hard
Except
to
for
take
Plant.
down, but yeah.
They definitely try to adapt.
Mhm.
Uh, you can kind of see a trend where certain games kind of released, they added new features in that kind of like mirrored. I feel like I don't want to say copycat, but you know
Yeah.
I feel like they just use and steal, and I don't think it'll keep them afloat this time. I feel like Apex is too legit of a battle royale game, and I I don't know if it'll kill Fortnite, but it's definitely going to do some damage to Fortnite overall.
Yeah.
Well, think about it. No one thought PUBG or H1Z1. No one thought H1Z1 was ever going to get topped.
Yeah,
Game PUBG. No one thought PUBG was going to get topped. And
game Fortnite.
Mm.
no one thought Fortnite was ever going to get topped. Now, it still might not. People might fall out of love of Apex, which I don't see, but it's possible.
Yeah,
Apex comes along,
Nah.
which Fortnite started declining at Blackout because people wanted something different. Now,
No, I mean, I think for Apex to be successful, it's definitely got to do like Fortnite did, adapt. It has to,
mhm.
um, I think, get on more devices too. Because, I mean, it's not on mobile yet, and it's not on Switch, and they haven't said one
I
way or
don't
the
think it
other if
will
it's.
be personally. I don't
Yeah,
think it will be.
it is definitely a higher graphical quality game.
Mhm.
Like, it does look
As well.
pretty. Going back to like polish and stuff like that, I think for a day one launch, like yeah, it's had its technical issues and stuff like that, but like graphically, I just saw the Digital Foundry thing today, and they all run like damn near 60 frames a second. They do have some drops to like 50, but I mean that's something that they can work out within the week. Um, but yeah, I mean, I think we hit most of what I wanted to talk about in this. Do you guys have anything else to add?
now just go play Apex Legends, man. If you haven't already, it's so fun.
Yeah, no, I definitely recommend trying it out. I hope, like Andrew said, I hope they do kind of get a solo mode in there that like I can go and mess around in.
I can easily see that happening.
Mhm.
Now,
Yeah.
I just want to say this to all the listeners. I'm going to play it again. I'm not going to stop playing it.
Can the
But
three of us? Can the three of us play? I think we should
yes,
spot up,
Yeah,
yeah, we can, and
and
we'll
then
see
you
if
can
I like
stream
it.
it. You can stream it.
We'll see if
Go
I
ahead.
like it.
Go ahead.
If
Plug
we
your
do,
Twitch. Plug your Twitch. Go
twitch.tv/Spidastags.
ahead.
Drop that follow and subscribe. Um, but I will continue to play it. It's not a game that I'm gonna uninstall by any means, but I'm just not into it yet. I'm not where everyone else is.
yeah, and I'll definitely play with you guys if you're on there. You need somebody to jump in. I'm definitely going to follow this and see where it goes because in my mind, I'm hoping this does succeed, and I actually hope we get a Star Wars version of it. Like, I think I could really get into that, even if they do like half lightsabers and half guns. I'm all for that. I want to see that happen.
Yeah.
But all right, so that'll wrap that up for this episode of Maximum Damage on medium difficulty. Uh, we also have a new show. kind of working out the kinks on. Right now, I'm just tentatively calling it F this, I'm spoiling it, which is just going to be like a spoiler podcast where we talk about like a new game that came out that maybe we really want to talk about the story with somebody. Kind of felt that way like when God of War came out. I really wanted to just spill my guts on that, but it was always like, oh, this guy hasn't finished it yet. This one has it. So,
That's how I feel with Red Dead.
yeah. So, yeah. You know what? I mean, hey, maybe we'll do that next episode. I'm kind of like thinking of what game I want to do because, yeah, like Red Dead came out a couple months ago. There's a Resident Evil came out like 2 weeks ago, so it's like I want to get something new, but it'll definitely be coming down the pipeline sometime soon.
All right.
This coming weekend, I'm hoping we can film another podcast because we have this week coming up, we have Jump Force coming out, Crackdown 3, Metro Exodus, and I've been playing another game called Reverie Sweet as Edition, which is definitely something interesting I want to talk about. But I'll let you guys sign off if you guys have anything else left to say.
That's about it.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for joining us. We'll see you guys again next week.